How do I do anything again? Somebody remind me. There we go.
Ready for battle.
I won gold in the summer games here. Had a cold and a torn trapezius. A refreshing challenge.
Okay. Prepare for me to make mistakes this entire match. And that mistake is going to be that I see your teammates are all red, and I'm going to think they're enemies, and I'm going to make stupid callouts. Be like, why didn't you do insert thing here? There's an enemy right there, and then it's like, that's a teammate, buddy. So just prepare yourself for that eventuality. I really should have skipped forward. What am I doing? I'm just watching you here in spawn.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Time for some action.
Okay, I like that. That's good. You're doing the little scouting thing. You didn't peek here, and then you went up top and did some scouting. That was good. I like that.
This beat will hear you up. Let's do it fast.
Okay, well you're up 1 now. You're not really participating, but you're up 1 now, and you've already seen their comp, and by this point, I don't know if you have, but you should have hit tab, so you should know that they have a Widowmaker. Sorry, you're not up 1. See, I already did the thing. I already did the thing where I said your team was red and I didn't know. Okay, so you're down 1. Anyways, so you're down 1. But you should have already hit tab by now because it's been over 15 seconds. At the 45, 345 up here, you can see their team and their comp if you just press tab. So by now you should have pressed tab. You should know they have a Widowmaker. You should know they have a Sombra, which means that that kind of changes how you can play the Sombra and the Widow. So the Widow for the sight lines, and then the Sombra for going off alone and getting, clicked on and shit. I see the Lucia Mafia is doing their thing. It's good to get her attention there, but your team is now down 2. They're probably going to come get you, and by them I mean him and also the Sombra. So you're kind of just getting farmed there. So once your team is down 1, right here, and then you're like, okay, well, they have a Sombra, which you should know by now. You know that, like, basically you can just assume that the Sombra is going to come fucking destroy you, right? She's going to come, especially if you sit in one spot for too long, like you did, you just sat up in this room. They know you're up here. It's not like a big secret, especially after you shot. They know you're up here, or they're going to know, and then if you just stay in one spot for too long, you're just giving Sombra time to set up on you, so you just kind of have to keep moving. So you were here too long, you're down 2, you should be out of here real quick. And you should probably just amp speed and haul ass out of here. But like, you're crouching there like they didn't know you were there or something. Like, you already shot, they knew, they probably called you out, and then they're all waiting for you to leave. So I would have just amp speed and just hauled ass out the window, like immediately, once you were down 2. So now your team is kind of going a little bit staggered. You can probably catch up in time. You did. Now you're up 1, this time for realsies, because I remember that the blue team is the enemy. So you just saw the Ana use the nade there. I'd probably just go on the Ana. So you're up 1. Their monkey is there. I don't know why we're focusing the monkey, but you can. But regardless, you're up 1. Your tank is here. So I probably would just speed on the Ana who just used her nade and just eat her ass, is what I would do. So your Sombra's dead, so now you're even. You can chase the Sombra, but I don't recommend it. You're kind of just doing a whole lot of nothing right now. You need to hard engage on somebody while you're up, or while you're still close enough to up that this is doable. So I think going all in on the Ana there and calling that with your team would have been good. The second best option is just follow your tank and just do what they're doing. Shoot what they're shooting. Like, you haven't really shot anybody this whole fight until just now. So you die there to the nade. But I mean, by this point, the fight was already sort of lost, or not lost, but you are at a disadvantage, right? So at this point, you're at a pretty significant disadvantage. So you need, because you're down 1, right? So you need a play to win this. So at first, you were up. being up means that all you have to do to win the fight is participate, exist, deal damage to people, and not die, right? So you didn't deal damage to people, like you were just kind of existing. And now that you're down one, you can't just go in here and like fight the Winston and like win. Like you can't just go in there and trade damage and win. That's what you do when you have an advantage. Like it's like you can go in there and trade damage when you have an advantage, but once you're down, you need to play. And by a play, I mean you need to go 1v1 someone and kill them, or you need to go take more than one person's attention away, like by yourself. So right here, I think you just leave this monkey with the diva, because diva beats monkey in a 1v1 right here. And then you just haul ass onto the Ana, is what you do. You just haul ass back here. You do a little wall jumpy action, like here, and then maybe, I don't know, go over here or whatever, it doesn't matter. But you go back here, you get on the Ana, and then the brig will probably turn. And then you'll have the brig and the Ana on you. You now have two people looking at you. Their monkey's now alone with you and your Moira on him. So as long as if you go on the Ana and the brig doesn't turn, maybe you kill the Ana. If the brig does turn, all you have to do is keep their attention, stay alive, run back over here, and then escape. You know, so like you can do a little bit of like distraction play. You don't need to like kill her, but the point is you need to make a play when you're down. If you're still going to take this fight at all, you need to be making a play, and by making a play, I mean getting more value than they are. So you do something risky is all I'm trying to say. So the risky thing that I think you should do is go onto the backline, make some of them turn around, and then your diva will probably kill the monkey. I mean, going in here, you knew the Ana was back there. It was dangerous because she had the nade, but I mean, you can't be omniscient or anything. And you did touch the ground here, which is why you get naded. Like if you were still on the wall, you wouldn't have been, or you might not have been, but you might have been able to escape. But that's a really minor mistake. I think the bigger mistake is just you shouldn't have been there at all. You should have been going onto the back line and trying to do something there instead.
Switching track.
In that particular instance. Okay, so you have a soldier now. No more Hanzo. They still have the same exact comp. But this fight, they're going to have ults, right? So you should be paying attention to what ults they have. One good way to think about it is who on their team has died already. And if they haven't died at all, they're probably closer than the people who have died. So you know the Sombras died. And I think their other DPS died. So you know their DPS ults are probably not up this fight. I didn't realize that the Brig died. Maybe she did. Maybe she just sucks. Who knows? But the point is, you're probably looking for a tank ult or a support ult this fight is what I would be thinking.
I'm feeling good.
Okay. Okay, you're taking attention away. That's good. Once your people are on her over there, and especially if you start hearing SMGs, you know the Widow is like not looking at you or she's in trouble. So you seem really scared of this Widow, which like I understand because like you're in Masters now, right? Widows are not just gonna miss all the shots all the time, so you got to play a little bit differently. But like there are times when you know that like you're good. Basically one of those times is if you hear Widow shooting and it's not at you, you know that she's either down her scope, like if you hear, depending on what kind of shot you hear, you know she's down her scope, and if you don't see any red lines or anything coming towards you, if you see a red line like going away, you know she's down her scope looking at someone else. You can go all in on her, right? And not worry about it. And then same thing, if she's SMGing, she's probably has like a Sombra or a monkey or whatever, and in your case a Sombra or a Diva is on her. So that gives you time to reposition. You don't need to play scared of her. So right here, you hear her SMGing, which is good. You go in. You're down one though. You can still go on the Widow there if you would like. I'd probably leave now. Mission abort.
This beat will heal you up. Gotta go quick. That's not right.
So that's good. So see, that's kind of what you want it to be like when they're playing Sombra and you're getting out. Is like you're hauling ass. You don't even touch the ground. She hacks you and like you fall and you're already wall riding again before you hit the ground. Because the hack runs out. You could have maybe saved your soldier there, but I honestly would have just left him. He was dead. There's no reason to he's not getting out there. So all you do is risk your own life there to die. So I would have just stayed alive, tried to farm some ult charge. You probably should be shooting the tank a little bit more, but you're really not doing a lot of damage. You're kind of just repositioning and like waiting to go in. Because I think you're trying to LOS the Widow, which is a thing, but so I mean that fight was okay. But you're LOSing the Widow and you're respecting her a little bit too much to the point where like you're not getting a whole lot done. This fight though, I don't think there's a whole lot you could have done. You're just, you know, you got EMP'd, you're dead. It's whatever. It happens.
Time for a remix.
60 seconds remaining.
Personne n'échappe à mon
Okay,
regard.
so they have walls that'll last, I think, 15 seconds unless they changed it. So you should look at the little thing up top and know that you have that long until it's over. So I think it should be like 32 or something. I can't remember exactly when she pressed it. But she still has it right now, so you should have been a little bit more careful when you came around that corner right there. So right here, you're coming around the corner. You know they have walls right now. So when you peek this stuff, right here, you're about to peek this. You jumped right here. This is already bad. Right there. You should be dead right here. So when you're coming up to this corner, you know she's aiming at the choke, right? Like obviously she's aiming at the choke. So like when you come up to this, you don't jump. You land here, and then you do like one of these. Get her to shoot. And then go. You don't just jump around the corner. That's how you get headshot. You just need to be tracking that they have walls. So that shot right there should have killed you, but it's whatever. Lucio Mafia, that's based. You should leave now. Lucio Mafia. Should be healing yourself a little more. Okay, cool. So that was not the cleanest, but it was okay. So one thing that you have a lot of trouble with, and you've always had a lot of trouble with this, but I think it's becoming more important, is disengaging. Like going in and disengaging. Like you only go in and like hard engage. That's like the only thing you know how to do. So like here, this is a really good engage. I like this. This is excellent. Now you need to be leaving. You've got value. 3 people are looking at you. Your team is now moving in. You've got a lot of space. You hit the Widow. She's looking at you. You're doing things. I would bounce, get on this wall, get the fuck out of here. Leave. And then they'll be like, okay, and then they'll stop looking at you, and then you go right back in. Like you need to go in, get some damage, get away, and then go right back in right after they use their cooldown. So she hits her with a pack. Maybe she nades, maybe she sleeps, whatever. The point is you get some cooldowns out, you leave, and you come right back. But what you do here is you just kind of boom, and you're just in, right? You're just in, and you'll never leave ever. So you're just in, and you're like, God, I hope I don't die, and like that is as far as it goes for you. Getting that was good. Going on the Widow back here was good when she's isolated, but the point is you should have left for a second. Also, I don't really like that engage that much on the Widow right at the end there. You kind of gave her a chance to headshot you here. Also, that right there, I mean, it was good. You probably want to shoot before the melee, or you either want to shoot or boot before the melee, one of the two. But regardless, this is fine. Right there, when you boop her, so right here, this is dangerous. Here's her chance to headshot you and or body shot you because you're weak to kill you, right? So you are 101 health. If she body shots you, you're dead. And also, this is a good angle for her to headshot you. So she's aiming, you know she's aiming right there, obviously, right? That's her only chance at survival is just clutching. So the way you challenge this is not in a straight line at her, right? It is get on the wall up here, come over here, or do something like get on the wall over here and jump out this way as you shoot. I don't know, but like running at her in a straight line is just not it. Try to take a slightly different angle. Or better yet, wait 2 seconds for your health to be above 120 so she can't just body shot you, and then peek at the very least. Make it so she has to hit a headshot. Because if she hit that body shot right there, you just die and you trade instead of getting her.
10 seconds.
Not bad though. It was a good engage. It just you stayed in too long and you probably should have died there.
A captured
But it wasn't terrible.
the payload.
All right, so this Ana here, and the Brig, they're kind of in their thing. So if you get up there, they're gonna sleep you, do whatever, right? So it's not bad. I'd say to go over here and try to get them to waste a cooldown. So right now your team is even. So we're in that stage that I was telling you. Basically, always you start every fight, and if you are even or if you're down, your team needs a play, right, to get shit done. So I think the answer is go up here, try to boop just the Brig down, and then or just the Ana or whatever, and then isolate one of these people and try to kill them. So I'd go up here, so you're not on the ground, so the Ana can't aid you, and then maybe hit off this, boop someone down, boop both of them down, whatever. Get them off high ground, something. If you die for it, whatever, you die for it. But I mean, if you die for it, whatever, you tried to make a play, it failed. Not a big deal. But you don't want to just sit there and like in the eternal middle game. Alternatively, you could peel for your soldier, but honestly, this guy's dead. Not gonna lie. Okay. You could also just leave. Since now you're down one with the soldier dead, you just leave and then go back in. That was a good amp. I'd probably leave now, go do something. So you want to be using your ult aggressively here, probably like right now even. Okay, maybe not. You'll wait this fight out, use the next fight maybe. You're very dead. So when you're, I mean, you were already down and they're using ults. So like, you kind of just want to wait that out. See if you can do the thing where you live. So right here, you boop her. You're in. They started pressing Q. I'd probably back up, go this way, and come up behind them and try and get behind the Widow. Because your team's already down one. You're waiting for respawns, right? Like you're waiting for this soldier dude that hasn't even spawned yet, right? Or has he spawned? Where's your soldier? I found him. Did he get rezzed? I'm crazy. Okay. Maybe you are even. I might be stupid. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you are even. Okay. So that kind of changes it because I'm stupid and apparently didn't realize you were even. But even still, you're kind of in a bad spot here as far as like you're stuck out in the open. You don't want to just run back out in the open where they can all see you. If you're running back out here, you're using beat, in my opinion, is what you should do. So you're either beating and then, you know, inting onto the Widow or inting onto the Ana, probably the Ana, or something. And if not, then you're doing exactly what I said earlier. You're hauling ass around this way and trying to get value over here. Or can you even get out this way? You can. So either that or you're going this way and then coming back around this way or something. Just running directly back out here is not the best. It's just, it's a little aggressive. I guess I could see just going right up this wall. That's like a little risky, but it's not that bad. I think you could maybe go for that. But I wouldn't just all in under the Widow into the backline right now without beat or without these people all being distracted by something else, which they're not. They're using a defensive ult. They're all in their own backline. Your team is all kind of like, I don't know, shooting at Sombra, not really doing much else. So I think you're going to get focused if you go in here. So that's just why you shouldn't. Because even if this Widow misses this shot here, even if Widow misses that shot, the Ana's here, the Brig is here, the Sombra's here, like, you're probably just fucked, even if she misses that. But I think the right answer there was probably just beat. Because I wasn't tracking that your whole team was there, but if you were, the answer there was to beat, like right at the beginning of that fight. Or not right at the beginning, but you go in really hard, and you just hard engage on somebody with beat. Or if any of your tanks or anything, anybody gets weak, just beat. You should have amped by now. Your soldier just died because you waited on the amp. When you got up there, the first thing you should have done was amp. So if you see here, you have amp the whole way back, and your soldier is weak. Like you see him through the wall critical, you should be amping right now already. And you just kind of watch him die instead, and then you amp. Like you had it the whole time. He definitely would have lived if you'd amped there. Because it was close. Winston doesn't do that much damage, and your Moira was healing him, so if you had healed him too, he would have definitely lived. So that was within your power to save him right there. You also could have beat it there, because honestly, that was a super winnable fight. It still is, but like, it would have gone from super winnable to like, just basically won. So that was a pretty good beat. I like the amp. So better late than never on the beat. You did do it. It was a good beat. It won you the fight. Solid. I just think you had an opportunity to win the fight earlier than that. Your monkey is diving the hell out of the Widow. Definitely go with him. Hopefully he was calling that out. You should amp right now because your monkey just got hacked. You should be getting on the Sombra, not just running, I think. Now running is fine. You booped him before the jump. This is bad. I wouldn't boop a Winston usually unless he's already jumped, because a lot of the time the boop is going to save you. If, like, say he gets you weak and then you need him to not murder you, then your boop is what's going to save you. So right here, say right here you get like you get hit with Sombra's left shift, or Ana body shots you, or whatever, right? Something happens here that deals damage to you from somebody over here, like in their spawn, and then you're left with like 50 HP, or say something like that. You've already used amp, right? You need something to keep this monkey from killing you, right? Because you're a little weak. So you're 95. He's already maybe killing you, right? So you boop there. Say he has his jump now. You've booped him. Say he has jump. Oh, look, he has jump, right? Obviously. So if he jumps on you right here, punches you in the head and ground pounds you, you're just dead. So you need to save your boop for when he jumps at you. So he's going to get you weak. You get away from him. You create a little bit of distance because obviously you're Lucio. And then you wait for him to jump, and then you boop him away. Because you should be dead for that, in my opinion. Instead, he's dead for that. So you go in with him. Go on the Ana here because she's alone. You don't get on the ground if you can. That's good. You peace out for a second. Okay. The wall riding was not very clean there. I think that's all that really was. After you got naded, like, you got to be thinking the whole time, she's going to nade me, she's going to nade me. And then when she does, disengage. Just leave. And then come back in a second. It's like you need to be ready for the nade. And you need to be doing drive-bys and doing whatever, booping or harassing or whatever, until she nades. And then go in. There's a decent boop. Definitely stay up on high ground there. Probably go to their other high ground. That was good. You got him to waste bubble, which is good. I wouldn't bother breaking it. I'd just leave. Probably. Okay. So you need to pick a target and like force them out. Forcing that Reaper out's good, but you're kind of just waiting right here. So once again, we're in the mid stage of the fight. Somebody's got to make a play to make something happen. So you need to be either setting up for a play, getting behind them, focusing on isolated target, like do something a little bit risky until somebody has an advantage. Okay. So you see the Widow up top. Going on there is good there. Once you get shot, that's definitely what you want to be doing, is going up there. But you were a little slow on it, but it's okay. But you definitely should have swapped to your heal a little bit faster. So right here you amp speed, I think. Yeah, right here you amp heals and then swap to speed. It should still be heals. Now you're antied. That's very scary. You're dead. Cool. Honestly, wasn't a whole lot you could do about that, but I think you just need to be a little bit more aggressive in the mid game, mid fight. Like, take more risks until somebody has an advantage, and then when your team is even or whatever, then just don't take any risks. Just deal damage, participate in the fight. So right now, even, you're taking risks. Okay, so you probably just want to all in and beat somebody right here. Just kidding, you're down 2. You have 1 fight, so it's time to leave. And not die, because I just stay right there, or just leave. Okay, fine. Now that I know you're here, you need to leave. I would have stayed up high ground, that was the throw. So, right here, I think they forgot you were here. Like, when you went up top here, they all kind of just forgot you were here, and even if they didn't forget you were here, it's super easy for you to get out here. So right here, it would be so easy for you to just stay right here is probably what I would do, because I think nobody knows you're here, and I would sit right here. The Widow maybe hooks up here, and then you just one-shot her and then drop to the cart for overtime. Alternatively, if you don't have the confidence in yourself to do that, ride the wall right here and get the fuck out. Sit right here and chill. You're Lucio. You can touch the cart. You have 10 seconds. That's a long time, especially for Lucio. You're fast as fuck. So ride the wall up here. Get out of this window. Chill. At the last second, touch the cart. And you have beat, so touch it with beat, right? So falling here was incredibly Pepega, but right here, like this, very Pepega. I'm sure you're aware that that's Pepega, so we don't have to talk too much about it.
Next track.
Okay, should be amping heals. A little late on it, I think, but it's whatever. Should be on a target with your team. Probably just waiting out the Brig ult, so just shooting the tank if you can. Getting on the Widow's fine. Amp heals. You're weak. You're dead. So they're just nading the cart over and over again. When your team's on the cart, you can kind of get off. Like, you don't have to be the one to contest, because you have people alive on the cart. I realize your tank is dead, so there's not like a ton going on, but do have people on the cart. Not right here, but right here. You have someone on the cart right now. You have your Moira and your Sombra, so you don't need to just like all in rush the cart. I probably would have stuck a little bit further back and just shoot at the monkey and try to build your beat, because if this fight drags on forever, you could get another beat. Because like you had a ball back on the way, and I think you could have dragged it out a little longer. But honestly, that fight was not looking good for you guys. Okay. But the only reason you were in that situation, though, was because of the Pepega play of the life before. So just the answer to that situation is don't be in that situation to begin with. But if you are, just think about who you can like get to look somewhere that they like away from the cart, basically. Try to take 2 people away from the fight, and if you can get away from the cart, it takes balls of steel sometimes, but you can get away from the cart and like dive the Ana, dive the Widow, or something like that, and get 2 people to look away, and then you can give your team an advantage for a small amount of time.
Any meditation tips?
As long as you stay alive and get out and do like a drive-by type thing where you don't full commit.
Like a blank canvas.
So I'm not saying just
Needs to be
fucking no brainlet dive the backline. I'm saying like take someone's attention, dive the backline, and then leave. Like barely even, like just do drive-bys, barely even stop. And then they'll be like, oh no, there's a Lucio, he's right here, I gotta look out for him, right? And then you just leave, go back, do something else, harass someone else. So like you can get on the Widowmaker and like make her super freak out. Like you can shoot her a couple times, show up, like just show that you're behind her. And I guarantee that Widowmaker is just going to turn around and stare straight backwards where you shot from for like the next 10 seconds. And then like you just ignore her. You just shoot someone else, go do something else, and then she'll be like, oh, he's gone. And then she'll look somewhere else, and then you come back. But you don't just all in people, is what I'm saying. Like you can take people's attention and get value without getting kills. Obviously kills are better, but you can do 2 things at once. Like you can basically shoot the Widow, get her to look at you, and then just vanish, and then if you can LOS the Widow while fighting someone else, and then you kill that person, you've effectively killed like 2 people just for that. Your Zen is doing weird Zen things. Okay, you are down 1. So your team needs a play. They need a hero right now. And that hero is you. Just kidding. Now you're the only healer. I think you leave still. Just because your team needs a playmaker. So they're not that weak. Your team's not weak. They don't need you. Haul ass into the back line. Get up here. Get people to look at you. Shoot at the Ana. Shoot at the Widow. Gonna look at you. Boop them. Whatever. And then while your team's regrouping, just make them waste time and then run back to your Sigma when you have amp and heal again. Something like that. And if you can, if they're all just inting the Sigma, kill the Widow, kill the Ana, something like that, and then go back and try and save him after. So I don't think going to the point there was the right option. You definitely needed to be up on a wall or somewhere where they can't all just immediately dive you. Up on a wall would have been the play, I think, on the left side. Okay, so I think you just amps. Okay, you leave now. Or we just go in. But I think you could have got back to point a lot faster there with a rollout. It looked kind of you were just walking around, I don't know, maybe holding tab or something. But if you just hauled ass back into point, you could have touched and you could have amped on point with your team and maybe actually retaken that. But you were kind of just dilly-dallying around on your way back. I think you could have hit a much better rollout on the way back from point there. So their Widow's up there. I probably would have spun in a circle, looked down right there when the Widow was looking at you. Right here, you're kind of just hiding, not doing anything. You need to be getting on this Widow. She's alone. So I realize you're like, oh, scary Widow. I can't peek her. Like, go over here. Like, you only have to cross her view one time. Just jump once off this thing here. Go over here. Haul ass. Get up here as high as you can. And get on her, right? And fucking, when you peek this corner, I guarantee she's not ready for it. But regardless, go do something. Like, once again, we're in the mid section of the fight. Nobody has any advantage. So you're not using any ults. So just get ready to fight someone and make a play. Also, I don't know why you have a Zen. That is just so silly. But okay. Leave your Zen to his own devices. If he's gonna feed, he's gonna feed. It's whatever.
Maybe I'll try something different this time.
But yeah, your Zen is gonna get farmed by the Sombra. Alternatively, you can try to play super defensive and try to peel for him. But I honestly just, you should have booped her there for sure. There's a health pack right next to you. You could have grabbed. I did like that you were going into the backline for the Widow there. It was good. Your team definitely should have touched the point. I don't know why they didn't even touch it. If there was no communication that they could not touch it, then that was just silly. If there was, and they said they couldn't touch it, then it was on you to touch it, and you needed to go in there and attempt to touch it and then beat. But you didn't have beat or anything, and you weren't that close, so I don't know. That was just weird. Like, I thought your Hog was going for it right here. 100%. Like, he's right there. It looks like he's going for it. So, I don't know why your Hog doesn't touch here. Does he die? Okay, he gets antied. I mean, even still, dude, I don't know. Yeah, he should have touched there. Whatever. Okay, so your team is up 1. Just kidding, you're even. Okay, you are currently the only healer, but your team is full, so I'd go in for a little bit, get someone's attention. You don't need to crouch walk. You definitely should have seen that Sombra when she ran right past you, but just be really careful about flanking slowly when you have a Sombra. Like, she's just going to be right behind you. Like, if you're going for a flank, just haul ass. Just haul ass, and the Sombra will have to either just immediately engage on you as you go by her, and not really have a good time to do it. So she'll just start to hack you, and then you'll either get out of range of the hack, be around a corner, or you're just moving so fast that like she's never gonna hit you. So you'll be fine. You don't just crouch walk around when they have a Sombra. That's how you get ambushed. So, anyways, if you're gonna go on the Widow, just haul ass out there. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like, find out where the Widow is, and then haul ass out there, and be with your team until you know where she is. And then once you know where she is, pick a direction and go eat her ass. But you're playing a little too split from your team when there's a Sombra, so that's not good.
Be a top hit.
Okay, well, unlucky, dude. Didn't get to use beat any of your last, what, 4 lives? So that's unlucky. But a lot of that was just your team wasn't regrouping. Honestly, I think your team was just getting diffed, like largely, like, but still, there was definitely things you could have done, but your team was getting giga diffed. But so play more with your team until you know where the enemy's at, and then if they have a like when they have a Sombra, play more with your team until you know where the enemy's at. Once you find something to do, like somebody to go on or whatever, just go. Like none of this crouch walking around, like going super slow, being sneaky Lucio. You can't do that when they have a Sombra, really. Just haul ass. But the most important thing is to take away from this game, I think, is just when you're even or when you're down, take a risky play. When you're not, play safe and deal damage. Really emphasize the deal damage part of that. Like when you're in a fight, deal damage. Shoot the tank, at least. Like that's what I default to when I'm on Lucio and I'm winning the fight, is just grind down their tank. Because you have more resources than them, you have an extra teammate. Right? So you're not losing that. If you just dump everything into their tank, and then both teams dump everything into their tanks, you just win because you have extra people on your team, right? But if they have more people, or if you're even, that's not really gonna, like, it's like a coin toss, right? If you win that or not, it's not really gonna do anything. So that's when you need to take somebody's attention away. That's when you need to get a pick. That's when you need to do something risky. So that plus do not hard engage on people every single time. That is the takeaways, I think. Already. Ended there. GG's.